Be yourself. Everyone else is already taken. It takes great deal of courage to see the world in all its tainted glory and still to love it. Always forgive your enemies. Nothing annoys them so much. What seems to us as bitter trials are often blessings in disguise. Man is least himself when he talks in his own person. Give him a mask, and he will tell the truth. Live life with no excuses and travel with no regret. To live is the rarest thing in the world. Most people exist. That is all. You don't love someone for their looks or their clothes or for their fancy car, but because they sing a song only you can hear. It is absurd to divide people into good and bad. People are either charming or tedious. Keep love in your heart. A life without it is like a sunless garden where the flowers are dead. I am so clever that sometimes I don't understand a single word of what I am saying. Life is not complex. We are complex. Life is simple. And the simple thing is the right thing. We live in an age when unnecessary things are our only necessities. The world is divided into two classes, those who believe the incredible and those who do the improbable. I have the simplest tastes. I am always satisfied with the best. I adore simple pleasures. They are the last refuge of the complex. We are all in the gutter, but some of us are looking at the stars. There are only two tragedies in life. One is not getting what one wants, and the other is getting it. It is what you read when you don't have to that determines what you will be when. You can't help it. I can never travel without my diary. One should always have something sensational to read on the train. The only thing to do with good advice is pass it on. It is never any use to oneself. Education is an admirable thing, but it is well to remember from time to time that nothing that is worth knowing can be taught. True friends stab you in the front. I don't want to be at the mercy of my emotions. I want to use them to enjoy them and to dominate them. There is only one thing in the world worse than being talked about, and that is not being talked about. If one cannot enjoy reading a book over and over again, there is no use in reading it at all. Most people are other people. Their thoughts are someone else's opinions. There lives a mimicry, their passions a quotation. I am a dreamer, for a dreamer is one who can only find his way by moonlight, and his punishment is that he sees the dawn before the rest of the world. A gentleman is one who never hurts anyone's feelings unintentionally. The world is a stage, but the play is badly cast. They've promised that dreams can come true, but forgot to mention that nightmares are dreams too. A pessimist is somebody who complains about the nose when opportunity knocks. A man who does not think for himself does not think at all. The truth is rarely pure and never simple. The public is wonderfully tolerant. It forgives everything except genius. I can resist everything except temptation. A man's face is his autobiography. A woman's face is her work of fiction. A cynic is a man who knows the price of everything and the value of nothing. Anyone who lives within their means suffers from a lack of imagination. When I was young, I thought that money was the most important thing in life. Now that I am old, I know that it is. Fashion is a form of ugliness so intolerable that we have to alter it every 6 months. There are only two kinds of people who are really fascinating: People who know absolutely everything and people who know absolutely nothing. You will always be fond of me. I represent to you all the sins you never had the courage to commit. Success is a science. If you have the conditions, you get the result. A thing is not necessarily true because a man dies for it. With freedom, books, flowers, and the moon, who could not be happy? If you want to tell people the truth, make them laugh. Otherwise, they'll kill you. The books that the world calls immoral are books that show the world its own shame. Quotation is a serviceable substitute for wit. My own business always bores me to death. I prefer other people's. You can never be overdressed or overeducated. Ordinary riches can be stolen. Real riches cannot. In your soul are infinitely precious things that cannot be taken from you. A little sincerity is a dangerous thing, and a great deal of it is absolutely fatal. Selfishness is not living as one wishes to live. It is asking others to live as one wishes to live. One's real life is so often the life that one does not lead. Some things are more precious because they don't last long. All women become like their mothers. That is their tragedy. No man does. That's his. Anybody can sympathize with the sufferings of a friend, but it requires a very fine nature to sympathize with a friend's success. No man is rich enough to buy back his past.